Hey, what is up? What is up, YouTube gaming family? It is IK right here, back at it with another video for y'all today. And yeah, let's get right into it, guys. We got some pretty good content to bring to you guys. I'm gonna be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 7 for this video. Um, Shout out to this YouTuber Yoru Shuki. He's an Indonesian Sub-Zero player that plays Cyrax. He's a pretty good player. He has some really good spicy gameplay with a lot of MK1 content, so definitely go check him out. I like watching him a lot, and he'd be going through like the worst toxic matchups ever, like you see right here, beating on trash, garbage, garbage Kitana players that like to spam, like the footsie games. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. We have a pretty good long list of videos that I wanted to break down for today. Um, I have a pretty good, you know, breakdown to talk about what's going on with Call of Duty Black Ops 7. And I'll give you like my take on this because I truly believe that this is pretty interesting to talk about. I'm going to just give you like my first impressions of what I thought about the Call of Duty multiplayer trailer reveal. I could do a reaction off of it, but I'm just like, nah, man, I'm not gonna be doing that for you guys because I feel like that's just like a waste of time, and it's not really worth anything doing that. So, what I'm going to do for you guys is, I'm going to give you my take on it and explain what I don't like and what I sort of like from this trailer. So yeah, let's get right into it. So basically, this whole trailer was just talking about what's going to be, possibly included in the multiplayer. The multiplayer wasn't that good, in my honest opinion. I felt like that it was just kind of like, it was kind of like cinematically, edited to kind of make you think like, oh yeah, this game's going to be fire. But I truly don't think it's going to, and here's why. The reason being is simply because the way Call of Duty markets themselves in terms of just putting anything out there for you to support, they support certain means where they're trying to make sure that they can capture like the fans like pretty much like they can capture like the fans perspective in terms of thinking that the game's going to be good. What could have been better in terms of this particular trailer is that the gameplay was pretty, it was pretty non-existent. And what I mean by that is that the game could have been way stronger in terms of having to show what the gameplay could be. So it wasn't showcasing any gameplay as far as like, what new modes can be put into the game. What are some changes with certain guns that you use? Like whether if you could use like two different attachments at the same time or try to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like Call of Duty has done very well in terms of like making their graphics look really fresh and very strong. And what I mean by that is like with Black Ops 7, you have a crap ton of good graphics that you could see out of the game. I do know that with some of the new guns that are coming to the game, there's this one gun. I want to say it's going to be similar to like the ACR, and I think it's called like I think it's called the AX100. I forgot what it's really called, but the whole truth about this gun is like it's like most of the guns that are coming to Black Ops 7 are pretty much guns that we probably are going to recognize from the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 era. Well, Black Ops era. And we're also going to see, how should I say, we're going to see guns most likely from maybe Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, possibly. Like, even though that this is Call of Duty Black Ops 7, I'm not going to be too surprised with what's going to be happening, with what's going to be given to us. So I would hope that we do get something really good with this game. And if it does end up selling well, then so be it. Like I'm fine with it. Battlefield's going to have competition. I'm actually going to give you my reaction as far as the Battlefield campaign missions. And I'm going to, give a shout out to Ink Slasher where he made a video talking about the Battlefield 6 campaign missions. And I have to say, man, those missions look kind of fire, and who knows, like Battlefield might be like, I don't know, man. I think Battlefield could really take over Call of Duty and Battlefield can easily take over the Call of Duty market. And if that does happen, that's gonna be fire, bro. Like, a lot of people don't realize this, but if Battlefield does end up taking over Call of Duty, do you realize like how much money EA is gonna make off of that? Like, honestly, I'm gonna probably go off on a good tangent and probably say we're looking at least 5 to 10 billion plus dollars worth of money that could be generated with the amount of money that Call of Duty can pull in, because Call of Duty, like, on average does really well in terms of sales, because it's like, like, you have like your stupid, population of people that were, well, I'm not gonna say stupid, but you have like the really like very low skill casuals to be like, oh yeah, I love Call of Duty, man. I'm gonna buy this game. This game's gonna be so good for me to play every single day, like when I get back home from work. Or if you're some like 17 or 16-year-old kid just so excited to kind of like get this game, so therefore you're gonna have like your crazy toxic like little kids just like yapping online to be like, oh, you suck, man, like, I'm gonna beat you up, blah blah blah, like like the Call of Duty MW2 days, with the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, like, yeah, like, you're gonna see that within any Call of Duty game being promoted. But imagine that in the Battlefield 6 scene. EA and DICE can really make a huge killing off of it, because the opportunities that are granted for taking that fan base over can really go to a level of which everybody can succeed. And I think as long as EA, they could start actually like making better changes to Battlefield, like, let's just say if you're able to throw back grenades, you should have better reactive motion movement, where, like I had particularly stated, Battlefield 6 needs to do better with the defensive reaction options that you have when you're getting shot at. I think that's the biggest problem that I've always had with Battlefield, because it's like they don't really properly simulate what a real war can be. And granted, like, I'm not mad at like what the gameplay was, because when I was playing this game, like, the game, to me personally, the game feels good. It feels like you're in Call of Duty. Well, no, not Call of Duty. It feels like you're playing like the game feels like you're playing Battlefield Bad Company 2, but it's way better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think DICE did a really good job with this game, and I don't think anybody can disagree with that. They could probably make a better, few like adjustments by just making sure that the defensive mechanics are there. So like if somebody's going to pop a grenade, at you, and you're not able to throw it back, but you're clearly like stuck with like 3-4 other guys fighting with you in conquest mode, or let's just say rush or breakthrough, you should have the you should have the ability to throw back grenades. And then on top of that, like, there should be like better equipment to fight up against tanks and armor. Like, let's just say if you're like the support class, where you're going to be handling the light machine guns or the heavy machine guns, you should have like more gadgets for you to like fight back up against tanks. And granted, I understand that the engineer class does a pretty good job with doing that job to fight up against tanks, but it's like all the other classes should have some form of counterplay to fight up against a tank. So let's just say if you're a medic class or the assault rifle class, like, you should have the ability to have some sort of like an anti-tank launcher where you could add that to your gun or something like that. Like, they should give every class the ability to have some counterplay up against difficult armor, because that's really not the only problem that a lot of people like to complain about Battlefield, to say that the game just doesn't feel like purely balanced in terms of you don't have the ability to like really fight back hard enough when you're getting basically oppressed by heavy tanks or heavy armor. So you're not able to do what you want to do on Battlefield, because the game just doesn't feel correct in terms of what they're giving you with the classes that you're having to run. So if I'm the assault rifle class and I don't have the ability to fight up against let's just say like a BTR or a actual tank, maybe like a M1 Abrams, or maybe like a Russian T-34, or maybe like T-97. I forgot what the other tanks are, but I mean, give us more options to kind of work with, having to fight up against heavy, enemy armor, and then on top of that, give us more abilities to have gadgets to fight up against aircraft too. Maybe like when you're like I don't know, let's just say well, like honestly, like I think where it stands right now to fight up against aircraft, the engineer class does a really good job to fight up against it. But like let's just say if you're like maybe like seeing like a weapon, maybe like a I don't know, like a I forgot what those things are called. I think like I forgot like what the name of it is, but if you guys know what it's called, it's like the anti-aircraft, oh wait, hold on. All right, I'm back. So yeah, basically my whole thing is that Battlefield, in my honest opinion, would be a way better game if players had the ability to fight up against aircraft. And the launcher that I was like thinking about, I forgot what the name of it's called, but it's like one of those anti-aircraft lock-on launchers. And hold on, let me go find out the name of it. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. So yeah, the name of that missile that I was talking about was the FIM-92 Stinger missile. And like the reason why I even brought that up was simply because like you should have the ability as a player to pick up a rocket launcher, let's just say for example, if I'm the assault rifle class and I just see like a rocket launcher that I want to like pick up as like my gadget, that should basically swap one of like my gadgets inside like my kit, so I'm able to use it and then I can just basically swap it right back. So I think like something like that would be good, or if you could like temporarily pick it up and then you could kind of lock it on to like your target, I guess like your target I guess aircraft that you're trying to attack. Or let's just say if you have like a javelin missile to go up against anti-tank armor, like have something like that. Give players the ability to kind of do something like that, because that'll give people more like incentive to kind of do what they want to do. Oh wait, hold on, let me give you oh wait, hold on, let me pause this video and then I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you give players the ability to do more, in a Battlefield game, then the Battlefield, pretty much that the Battlefield fan base will be a lot stronger, and the game will be a lot more competitive in terms of giving people the ability to kind of do what they need to do, in a Battlefield game. So therefore, people can, enjoy playing Battlefield. So I think that's something that Battlefield should be able to do, because if Battlefield does not do that and DICE just goes out of their way not having to give players the ability to have more defensive options to kind of go about making better adjustments for players to kind of do what they need to do in a game, then I don't think Battlefield's going to be successful. But I think if DICE ends up giving the fans what we want, and then EA, they can publish out the right content for us to play the game however we want to play it, then guess what? We're going to have a really good selling franchise, and then this game's going to be going on for literally like basically forever. Because take a look at Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4. I mean, I kind of wish Battlefield Bad Company 2 got remastered, but that's a video for for like another day. But I just kind of wish if you had something like that would really make the franchise a lot stronger and a lot more definitively better. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I got more content coming out. I'm going to be talking about Final Combat. I'm going to give you my takes on that, about what to expect in Final Combat and how I think this is all going to be played out. So I'm probably going to talk about that, and I was also going to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 7, in which actually, that was like the whole point out of like this whole particular video. Like, my whole take on it with Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is that the franchise is not doing good. But when you look at it with Battlefield 6, I think Battlefield 6 is going to outperform Call of Duty. And therefore, if Black Ops 7 is a failure, then this game is basically done. This is two back-to-back games that Call of Duty or Treyarch had screwed up in. And I think Treyarch, they're basically in a load of trouble if Call of Duty Black Ops 7 doesn't do well. My whole take on it is that I think the kill streaks are not that good with the multiplayer trailer. I think the guns were pretty bad. The content just doesn't seem to be promising, and I think Treyarch, they're gonna be in big trouble once this game comes out. So that's pretty much like my whole take on it. I was pretty much rambling too much about Battlefield 6 because, this video was supposed to be Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So I'm gonna be talking about the Battlefield 6 campaign, missions, the campaign mission reveal, and I'll give you my take on that because Ink Slasher, he actually came out with like a good video talking about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be talking about Final Combat for MK1, and then I'll talk about Ink Slasher's reactions to oh man, I'm so sorry, to Battlefield 6. So yeah, I will definitely get that done for you guys, and I'll see you guys very soon, and hope you guys have a great day, and peace out. All right, bye.